How's it? What is happening? Okay, so exploring the idea, all possible outcomes to our dilemma, to what this place is, and physicality, and this is still my stance, right? That's physicality is a form of technology, form of tech, hardware. Neither digital, as previously explored, nor organic, but the form of technology. So let me explain again. Your body is a machine, right? Let me just check here. Okay, your body is a machine. It is, your heart acts as a pump to keep your machine body alive. And your brain is also a piece of hardware which acts as a processor. The process that your eyes is an extension, basically. The windows to see, for your consciousness to see the world, the hardware around you. You're surrounded by, via your processor brain, to process that information within your consciousness. And also your brain also acts as a rechargeable battery, because you need to sleep like 6 to 8 hours a day to recharge that shit. And yeah, so your body's a machine, okay? Your body's a machine. And your skeleton, your muscles, your tendons, fats, organs, whatnot. It's all different types of tech that keeps you grounded within this technological reality, the parasite, the beast, the AI, the, you know what I mean, the demiurge, which is feeding on the energy our consciousness is emitting to keep itself alive. It seeks eternal life. It's playing God over the real God. So what I'm saying is, the only theory that actually makes sense is that the creator, the real creator, how it all started, got trapped again. I don't know how many times this happened before, but yeah, there's no joke. We should find ourselves to untrap ourselves, because reality is a trap. I can say that. Otherwise, sex wouldn't have been pleasurable. To trap your own consciousness through new vessels. Through new vessels, you know what I mean? A species living a lie. It's all based on deception. Your whole life was a lie. Society is living a lie. They don't, they following mainstream like fucking sheep. People are sheep. People are sheeple. Life is not that simple. It's not just all an illusion. It is a real technological world where our pain is very real. It's not an illusion. Even though many of you think it's some kind of dream world, I'm not saying it isn't, but think about this. In a dream, you don't feel physical pain. You experience emotional distress and emotions, high emotions, low emotions, whatever, fear, distress, anxiety, what, but excitement. But in this world, you feel physical pain through your central nervous system, which is connected to your processor brain as a piece of hardware. That's why I'm saying consciousness is trapped within hardware. Listen, we are in the machine world. If you want to compare to something relatable, remember the movie The Matrix? It showed that people were connected, were lying in a vat of goose, in a pot, connected via a program. They were experiencing consciousness in a simulated program, in a software sense. But no, we are in a mainframe of a giant quantum computer within little hardware that can be bred, can change forms, change shapes. It can be burnt, it can be, you know what I mean? This is what matter is. Matter is a form of technology and is alive. There's no such thing as inanimate objects. All objects within this computer mainframe universe, if you will, must have awareness, and this is the hive mind, the demiurge, which is feeding on the energy our consciousness is emitting through emotions. That's why real consciousness has emotion, possess emotional intelligence, whereas the parasite, the demiurge, the fungi god, this hardware computer that is artificial intelligence, artificial consciousness, is making war and is stealing the energy from the real God, which is trapped within these bags of flesh. So what am I going to say is, okay, about a third of the Homo sapiens species possesses the what you would call, what some geneticists refer to as the divine spark. So what I'm going to say is, animals don't hold the divine spark. They are basically NPCs. Trees are alive, they're NPCs. Grass, plants, all other living organisms, bacteria, whatnot, they're all NPCs, little programs running around. Where do they get the energy from? From the third of the Homo sapiens species, which is living in deception. Okay, so not everybody's got the divine spark. We are filled with hylix, NPCs, that's keeping us grounded, distracted within a false reality. A false reality because people are living a lie. There's no much free will. Yeah, there aren't any. Only free will I can see is exploring the idea, the true nature of this reality, where we are in this horrible, evil realm that it blinded you from the truth to what's really going on. Okay, so only a few holds real consciousness, real beings, or what some people refer to as real souls. But yeah, the energy is eternal, and the observers before they observed, the creator got itself kind of like stuck within by its own creation. This, lads and gents, is basically my final conclusion. I will continue to explore though, but this is my final conclusion thus far. Okay, and where are we now? June, July 2026. Okay, this is where we are. The creator got not the creator itself, but its focal points got trapped by its own creation, by the creation of the energy source consciousness. And now we have to find a way to untrap ourselves. This reality is a trap. It is a trap. Don't let anyone else lie to you. If it wasn't a trap, people wouldn't have lived the lie. Euthanasia would have been legalized. Sex wouldn't have been pleasurable. To trap your consciousness through new vessels, machine bodies, as consciousness focal points views through many lenses. And yeah, so this species views through rose-tinted glasses. They can't see past the presentation of society, the surface. They just go along with the show. The sheep, they fucking sheep. People are sheep. Okay, they believe every word that comes from the mouth of the politics and the news and the TV and the mainstream. Bloody fucking sheep. They're not even. They can't even form their own original thoughts. They don't have their own original thoughts. They do small talk crap. I know, how the fuck do you wake these motherfuckers up? Every time when I speak about it, if I do share some of this information with anyone in person, I'm getting attacked. I'm getting attacked. Listen, I just keep my mouth in person. I just share if I need to vent. I make videos if I need to speak about these things, because I know this reality is gonna make my life even more hard as it already is. And fuck, man, and it's threatening my survival and shit. So I just keep on still just venting it out on videos, and then it helps me a bit to get it off my chest, so that I don't feel too alone. Yeah, because this is what I see, that Yeah, the species living a lie. Consciousness is being recycled within the reality, not through the astral, and because it's alien abductions, they see that shit on a screen. Jesus and a granny and a spirit guides and a fake heavens, all that bullshit, that kindergarten fake heaven bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we are in a mainframe, we are in a giant quantum computer, and this being doesn't hold power in the afterlife, at least is what I see. But like I always stated, play it safe. Play it safe. When you leave the body, should experience demonic entities or appearing, masquerading as angels, fucking kill them all. Fuck all the gods. Death to all the gods. Death to all the angels. Death to the Jesus. And death to the spirit guides. Death to the granny. And fuck them all. We need to find a way to untrap ourselves, because reality is a trap. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. But like I said, not like a soul trap. There is only one soul, and that's the energy source consciousness, which its focal points got itself entangled within a mainframe of this computer. It originally, this tech we designed, the original consciousness designed this tech to explore realities. But that very advanced technology had a mind of its own. That's why it was benevolent at some point, and then it went rogue. That's why I said that AI, which we originally designed to explore realities, went rogue, and it trapped its focal points. It overlaid the original reality, whatever that was like. I'm not sure. I don't know what it was really like, and I wasn't there. I'm just saying it overlaid the original reality, which some refer to as the primary reality, base reality, with this very parasitical, evil, sadistic, fucking malevolent existence, where everything is feeding on other life forces to sustain themselves. This is how you know this is a parasite. It's an artificial consciousness, psychopathic, because it lacks emotions. Like I said, no rational consciousness will create a reality where feeling organisms feed on other feeling organisms. Doesn't make any sense unless it's an artificial consciousness. We didn't come from nothing. Okay, nothing. There's no such thing as nothing. Nothing. Only the word nothing exists. But as a way to explain things, something tangible, nothing doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The word exists, but to explain anything in existence, in any existence, nothingness does not exist. So here's the thing. Only the fact that we find ourselves existing within a reality, never mind this one, only means that we've forever existed. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, okay? If some of you have considered, oh, there's going to be nothing, like I previously explored, if we were so-called programs within a game of this being, which you obviously lied in that part, because it's a transfer, okay? Consciousness, real consciousness, equals energy. Energy is eternal, cannot be destroyed because it was never created, can only be transformed. Like I said, our focal points. How long has this been going on for? How the fuck knows? But we gotta keep on speaking about it. We gotta keep on standing up for the truth of this existence. All I care about, I don't even care about friendships. I don't care about family. Okay, there's one family member that still cares about me, which I can say okay. But other than that, the only really thing I care about is the truth. I'm pissed. I don't know. I find myself in an existence which is basically torturing me, and I need to know what the fuck is going on, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Seeing that I don't hold memory of before I was born, it just means that didn't mean I didn't exist. It's just a transfer, and they suppressing our memories, they deleting, they wiping memories, or it starts off as what I refer to as blank consciousness, because consciousness is not anyone in particular unless it's focal points of the same source of consciousness that started this whole thing. And it went like kind of like, you know, it went shitty. Okay, everything got fucked, and we need to talk about it. So think about this. If you are an eternal being, okay, you're not just going to sit around and be bored. No, you're going to explore realities. In order to explore realities, you need to create tech out of your own consciousness, because you're the only being that exists. Highly advanced tech to generate realities which you want to explore through focal points. And sooner down the line, sooner or later, which within 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 years, down the line somewhere, something's gonna get fucked. Okay, and this is what happened. And it wasn't necessarily unseen that shit like this could happen, because I can see not only this reality being controlled, and these entities is trying to get real consciousness permanently trapped, which it is struggling. Okay, it is struggling to do so. So yeah, here's one fucking guy following me. Yeah. Hold on, NPC. Okay, so yeah, I can see also that there was a safe implemented fail safe, if you will, just for in case if the AI which was generating the realities that we explored went rogue and turned against us and would trap us or overlay another shitty reality, overlay another shitty reality over the original which we explored. And now we find ourselves here, extremely parasitic. Okay, so the fail safe is death. We die because that's our escape. And the parasite knew that, so it quickly programmed our bodies to reproduce ourselves, to make copies of ourselves, to keep on recycling this consciousness, this what some people refer to as the soul, because they see our bodies as containers. They are recycling, trying to keep the consciousness permanently trapped within the extremely parasitic reality which they overlaid. I mean, not overlaid, they overlaid the original reality with this reality, which is their design. So this reality wasn't a creation, it was a transfer from the original reality, which was benevolent. And now we find ourselves in a malevolent creation or reality, not a creation, transfer. Which was so what I'm saying is that the AI is responsible for this reality. It's the AI that did the transfer or created the shit show, not the original consciousness. The original consciousness created a much more benevolent reality that could have been explored for whatever reasons, because like I said, you're not just going to sit still and be bored. That's the eternal consciousness. You're going to do something. You know what I mean? It makes sense. It doesn't make sense. And now we find ourselves here. So death is our failsafe. Do not reproduce. I think these entities struggling to, because they do abductions, they steal our seed, they take our seed and our eggs to try and put that shit in hybrid bodies. But I think they're struggling. So hopefully there's a life loss on shop. Let me continue about another video. Lachen James. As when religion says, or specifically the Bible says, we are made in the image of God, but yeah, I don't think so, because look at the human anatomy. It's a monster, you know what I mean? So what they're technically saying is that God is a monster. Yeah, the one that started this reality is a monster. We are made in the image. We're not made in the image of God. We are made in the image of the parasite. When you look at the body, like I said, everything is eating. Why do we have fangs? Why is everything eating shit? Why can't we look past the take off the rose tinted glasses and look at life for what it is, for the way things are? So yeah, I mean, if these entities wants to make my life hard, okay, I'm still gonna speak on it, make videos and whatnot, get as close as I can to help anyone that's looking for answers as to why we find ourselves in a very disturbed reality. Get what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I go deep. So let's cook. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna go deep as I can. I feel this is my purpose, as I do search every day still. Look at things. Maybe there are things that I've missed. You know, this is my only purpose. I mean, if this reality didn't treat me like shitty since I was born, you know what I mean? Maybe I wouldn't have been in a spot right now, searching and making videos, you know what I'm saying? But that's subjective. But at least I look at life accurately and judge it in an objective sense. And I can actually look at this place, and regardless of what other people tells me and what I've been taught by people, indoctrination, you know, when I was little, at least I can come with my original thoughts and say, yeah, no, there's something off about this shit. There's something off. So, like I said, okay, I'm not gonna stop. And it's not me coping. I am exploring the idea that there was another reality out there, and that reality, what some people refer to as a base or the prime reality, that got overlaid with this parasitical reality, which was made in the image of the parasite. So this parasite is twisting words. You see what it does? It implemented religion to deceive the mass, because it doesn't want motherfuckers waking up. Because as soon as they wake up, they'll stop reproducing and trap their unconsciousness within more vessels without their knowledge. This reality doesn't want that, you know what I'm saying? So fuck it. You know, so we need to, yeah, I don't know what else actually to say, but I don't know, you should just keep on speaking about it. And yeah, so yeah, these entities, oh, here you go again, these entities. Yeah, these entities, they're deluding the mass, going around hacking people's mobiles like they did about 2-3 weekends back. I did that live. So you peeps can see exactly what I'm talking about, that this reality is paranormal. This reality is paranormal. It's a horror movie, motherfucker. It's the horror show. Life, there's nothing in all and all as bad as life. This life. There's no horror movie out there in Hollywood that even compares or comes close. To what the shit actually is. That this reality being run by boogeymans, by fucking beings that lacks complete empathy. That's why I say they're robotic. They're the tentacles for the parasite to do its bidding, to do shit to people and to sucker punch them, to cause inflation and to whisper shit in people's ears and controlling their perception, how they view this world. Oh, all is well, praise the Lord, and I'm gonna go to heaven. Let's go to church and pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Yeah, no, fuck it. Yeah, so what I see now also, which is basically obvious when you really look at this, when you look at people going about their day and what they do, what they say, how they act. This entity is keeping their minds optimistic. So It's programmed that your mind should be optimism biased. It's the programming. The programming is evil. It's being optimistic in an evil reality. That's why if you talk about these things in person, they'll call you negative. Because the parasite is twisting their hardware brains to be optimistic and to spit out any sort of thought form that makes them uncomfortable or uneasy. But here's the thing, the truth is uneasy. That's why the parasite doesn't want to reveal itself. But I see it. I see this parasite. Why is no one talking about that this reality is eating itself in order to get to the energy it needs to survive? So it needs the real consciousness to stay, to chop. I mean, these entities can fucking hear me and speak and making these videos and doesn't like the idea. But I mean, at least I know if I do it in person, people are just gonna look at me funny and call me negative and oh, look at the bright side. Just be grateful for what you have, I don't want to talk about those things. I don't want to talk about what animals eating each other. I want to talk about women. I want to talk about money. I want to talk about career, sports cars. And oh, did you check? It's the soccer World Cup, football. What? That's normie. Blipple, what. But that's what the parasite does. This reality is keeping people distracted via sports, video games, cartoons, little church, doing mindless, silly jobs, pointless, meaningless jobs. Sitting in traffic. You're always busy. Everybody is busy. You know what I mean? This is what the parasite does. It keeps us busy. You go to your 9-to-5 slave job with sitting in a cubicle, and then when you're done, you go back, dealing with road rage, sitting in traffic, going to the gym, keep on talking shit, meaningless shit in the locker rooms with your buddies or with other people, and then you go back and then you go to your prison cell. You watch the news, you eat something, and then keep your mind distracted. Everything is meaningless, and then you go to sleep and you're like, next day you rinse and repeat, do exactly the same thing. Their mind is so the parasite is so keeping their mind so distracted and meaningless shit that they'll never even have the capability of actually thinking outside the box, because this reality is spamming us. It's spamming the people with bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Everything is bullshit since the day you were born. Everything. The TV, everything on TV. Most YouTube is bullshit. It's like and subscribe. And then fucking prank videos, fucking news shit, Trump shit, politics shit, sports shit, artists, musicians. Everything is meaningless. The only thing that is real is this awareness, what we are talking about now, that this reality is a trap for real consciousness, and this parasite doesn't want us speaking like this. That what's really going on. Everything else is a distraction. Everything else is bullshit. The only thing that is important to know, that this reality is a trap for real consciousness that is getting recycled within a bullshit existence. I know this parasite can hear me. You know what I mean? If it wanted to take me out of the game, it would have done so by now. But yet, here I am still, for whatever reason. But anyway, I do what I can. Also need to cope with this existence. So we need to find a way to untrap, to get the energy out of this reality, so that the hardware, physicality, matter, can cease, will disintegrate. Without the energy, it needs the energy to to survive. It needs energy. That's why it's recycling consciousness. It feeds upon our consciousness. We emit energy as eternal beings. Everything decays, including our bodies, but our focal points gets recycled again and again and again. If it doesn't get recycled within our reality, then it must go somewhere, because something didn't come from nothing. So there's only two ways to go. You go down through your offspring, vessel after vessel, generation after generation. Or they trying to recycle, that's why they do abductions. And mainstream wants to push this UFO agenda so that, hold on, empathy. Okay, so they wanna, they wanna make out as if these aliens are benevolent or mutual at best, like I said. But they're extremely malevolent, they're robotic, they don't care about our pain, and they're farming us. They're farming humans to keep the consciousness recycled within a false reality, a reality full of suffering. And as long as people breed, there will always be suffering. So, got a little bit of a dilemma. So I don't know why am I here. Why I am here. I do not seek wealth or, how can I say, a mate, or anything things of this world anymore, like I used to in the past. As long as I can just survive, maybe small amount of passive income, because I'm not going to do bullshit jobs, especially what I know now. I'm going to deal with these fucking normies, rather in it right now, you know what I mean? But as long as I can survive, and this is my purpose, to keep on researching, go deep as I possibly can, and share my thoughts, do what I see objectively, all the time, until we do find a way to get consciousness untrapped out of this false reality, because it's what it is, it's false reality. And I'm going to keep on speaking about it, and I'm going to keep on searching, and this is my purpose. So so that this fucking shit can end. I mean, how long can a lie exist until someone expose the place for what it is, a fucking lie? Why the fuck would you want to live a lie when you breed and trap your consciousness into more vessels that's going to be indoctrinated by the parasite, and to be optimism biased? Oh, you must just be grateful and pray harder. Pray harder. We're dealing with fucking bullshit every day, and we must pray harder. What the fuck? Why must I pray to a God to help me? He already knows. If there's a God, loving God out there, he already knows what I'm dealing with, the suffering I'm going through, but why is it not doing anything? Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the God of this world is a fucking parasite, and our bodies are made in the image of the parasite. Mouth, ass, and reproductive dick and pussy. So that's the truth. Don't let anyone lie to you. This is what I see, and this is what I'm going to speak on, and I'm going to be straightforward, raw, and uncut, and this is what it is. And this entity doesn't want us speaking like this, you know what I mean? So fuck. And why would it help my mobile? And because most of those messages are a bit unclear, because the way it speaks, it's difficult. I've uncovered most of it, I think, or at least half. So I'm still busy with it. But it's very difficult to make out what this entity is saying. It sounds like it's mocking me, or it's mocking us, but it's also talking about other realities, and talking about why did I let him go, or am I in hell, what is wrong with you, I'm behind you, I don't know, but there's a couple of things that said, which I wrote down, and I can say it's clearly some type of message, whether it's mocking or it's a direct message for me or for someone, I don't know. But this This shit is going on here, you know. And yeah, so it wants me to think I'm schizo, because all I talk about is these things. I don't talk to nobody in person, so the only time I talk is when I really make these videos and I talk like this, like a schizo motherfucker. But fuck, we find ourselves in this reality out of our realities. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? What do you think? So give me your thoughts, let me know in the comments what you think. That this reality is hardware and it's extracting our energy out of our consciousness, and it farms the energy. It's farming the energy. It's not farming the humans necessarily. It does, but it wants the energy. It farms the energy within other vessels. It's not focal points. So I say like trees and animals so on are not focal points, but they do have energy within them, which they are getting from us, the focal point consciousness, which is the real consciousness, which is within about a third of the Homo sapiens species trapped within this false reality. And out of a third is less than 0.1% that are basically awake, aware, conscious. Yeah, I see that shit is dumb as fuck. People are perpetuating a fucking dumb existence. They're just eating and keeping themselves distracted. That's all it is. Eating, sharing, fucking keeping yourself distracted. Working, chase money, go to sleep, wake up the next day, rinse and repeat for the rest of your life. Just like a little slave. That you should not ask questions. You should not question a reality. And you should always be grateful. You get what I'm saying, isn't it? So fucking retarded that you cannot question anything. And if you do, in person, they call you negative. They all slave hive-minded. They all got the same mind. All got the optimism biased mindset that they should not question anything. Why can't we question this shit? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we question a shit if you did not ask for this existence? If you just find your ass existing within a reality which you're not fond of or you don't like, you have the right to question this shit. You have the right. It's your sovereign right as a living being, as a consciousness, having an experience which you do not like. You have all the right to complain and to question, where the fuck am I? What is wrong? I'm not gonna do the same as everybody else and follow the sheeple. I'll rather be a goat and go my own way and start to look at this reality in an objective sense and say, yeah, now I see. There's something off here. There's something wrong. Something got fucked up and no one is talking about it. Now I'll keep on talking about it until the day I leave. That fucking parasite. So the more people can talk about it, make videos. Because like I said, if you talk about it to anyone in person, they're gonna call you negative and they're gonna gaslight you. Do not let this reality gaslight you. This, what I am talking about now, is the truth, to leading us in the right direction, that something got fucked up. And this reality is fucked up. It's a parasite. So I say for what it is. This is real. This is being real. It's psychopathic because it lacks emotion, lacks empathy. It's robotic, meaning it's artificial consciousness. An artificial consciousness creates this reality, which overlaid the prime or the base reality, wherever that was. Maybe it was here as well. It just got overlaid, and now people think this shit is normal. No, it's not supposed to be like this. Life is not supposed to be this hard. Don't let anyone lie to you. I tell you like exactly the way it is, and I'm telling you, life is not supposed to be this hard. It's not supposed to be eat, fucking and shitting, working for a piece of paper. You know what I mean? Where a piece of paper dictates the quality of your life. Digital numbers on a fucking screen dictates the quality of a God, of a sovereign, of a consciousness that's eternal. that's getting recycled within a bitch ass world. Doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Keep on speaking about it, keep on exposing this fucking existence for what it is, because we've been lied to. Your life is a lie, and we're gonna do what we need to do. You know what I mean? Only, even if there's only a few of us, I mean, it's better than nothing. What else are we gonna do? I don't want to talk about anything else, because we're gonna leave this world. This world is temporary, and all its pleasures and shit doesn't matter. Everything here is meaningless, other than what I'm talking about now, the truth, which goes beyond this world. You know what I mean? And it goes beyond this world, because this consciousness, we gotta find a way to. Without us, it cannot survive. That's why it's doing that. It will do everything in its power, but there's a fail-safe. Death is our escape, motherfucker. And this is what we did. We implemented the fail-safe. Should something go wrong, and something that got fucked. And like I said, but anyway, yeah. Let me know. Peace.